respect him. He knows how much I respect him. And this must be reciprocated by him. When the respected Leonard Mahama Yariga, leader of government business, was raising his objection, I remained quiet to listen to him, because I know that decency requires that we listen to each other in silence. We are lawyers, and in the East, we must demonstrate that practice in Adaba for people to know that we listen and respond. So please, unless there is another plan that I don't know, but whatever that is happening today, history is watching. Now let me respond to my respected colleague, the majority leader. Chairman, it is his contention that my reference to the committee's work amount to attacking the conduct of its chair. With the greatest respect, I need to be listened to, and he has to pay attention to language as used in context.
The rules are clear, what you can raise and what you cannot raise, and how you can raise it. I'll be surprised if after all these years in this parliament, you don't understand those rules. I'll be surprised.
SOMPA FM.
Yes, I intend to be offensive because he has told me that I am here to deliberately obstruct the minority. What did you say about that? To describe my conduct here as deliberately obstructing the minority when I'm trying to keep him to the rules. When you say the conduct of a judge, we're not talking about the personal conduct, who he slept with and who he didn't sleep with. We're talking about his work, how he conducted his work. You are saying that the committee conducted its work in an opaque manner. That's what you are saying. In darkness, that's what you are saying. And that the outcome of their work is a travesty of justice. That's what I'm saying. And you are not in court challenging the conduct of the committee. You are not. You as a person, you are not in court challenging the conduct of the committee. You know the rules in the Constitution regarding the work of the proceedings. You haven't shown at any stage that the rules in the Constitution governing the work of the committee have been breached in any way. How can you come and sit here and describe the work as opaque, travesty of justice, and improper removal, and etc., and expect me to sit here and allow you to do that? You are clearly violating the rules. And when I try to guide you how to go about your work, then you say that I'm trying to obstruct you.
Our majority leader, you've made your point.
But you can't just be allowed to run down everybody and get up and walk because you are a friend of market. Why? It will not be allowed. I am going to look, this whole issue about you making a preliminary statement, show me a rule that says that you have the right to make a preliminary statement. Show me in our standing orders anything that says that you, a friend of market, have a right to make preliminary statements. You don't. Listen, we developed it as a practice. We developed it as a practice where normally the two leaders may make welcoming statements and general open statements, but you have converted it into a platform to do a press conference where you attack and impugn people and walk away with it. I'm saying that today you will not attack anybody and walk away whilst I sit in this committee.
Honorable Mama Yariga, Majority Speaker in Ghana's Parliament, and Honorable Alexander Penyo-Markins, and I'll tell you one in Canada, one moment give and take. But Usha Nkomoda na Mudina. Na Penyo-Markins episode say, a committee now Mutrasia, Wamudi Shemu, Amudi Chief Justice Refree Hono, Oba Fan Quine Paso, and Omudi in the free home. And no kase, it's a travesty of justice. Na ada Mama Yariga bisara na say. Na sa unim say o man fa kwan paso na omudi yi na. Ada nti na wo so asem no, wan fa nkodi asem dibia. Na wan fa nkwa asem dibia. Anko enhwehwemu, anko bisa say. In fact, e kwan mo fa so mo yi ma me no. Na eye unconstitutional na. And again, he also said, say, a coin be a apenyo marking, Safaswa. Now, Odi di Juma, your friend is during the vetting of a Justice Bafo Boni to be confirmed as the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. Or see, a coin be our nam, so the Saquano, your nam Saquano, so Ghana and Rashibijim. We need an bye a course. But again, my uncle Nesankuti a Apenyo Marking's view on this particular issue.
Be it known to you, Chairman, and the committee and the country that we, the minority caucus, hereby vote en bloc to reject the nominee. We would want to state on record that the majority can proceed with the questions. We do not intend to proceed with any question. We are, however, registering in the strongest terms that we reject the nomination, and the records should reflect that the report of this committee be a majority report. Honorable colleague, when we show you respect, reciprocate. So far, we have extended
SOMPA FM
courtesy. We've heard all those unpalatable words. We've heard the abuse. So please, for posterity's sake, listen to us. We don't need to vet a nominee before we vote against the nominee. We have preliminary issues well grounded in law. You may disagree with us. And we say that on the basis of that, we cannot be part of a process that would give right to another and deny another of her bona fide as enshrined in the Constitution.
Again, Honorable Apenyo Marking, so that to just say report na beba out no. Ye hunu say a majority report. We enya minority report. What would the obu say? Woman tia say de biara da. Say Justice Bafo Boni no. A kwen honam so a wo de eba be Chief Justice no. Omu hunu say kwan paso. Enti no say report bia ebeba out as a result of the vetting so Ghana Mrashe no. Osisa report no. Honorable Alexander Apenyo Marking, the minority leader, or Casses report no. Ye hunu say a majority report, not a report of parliament made up of the minority and then the majority. And you know what he's trying to feed Ghanaians with, then say report in Ebebano, ye hunu say a one-sided report. Tidia was here no. Afen so as someone outside to Jana say. Chief Justice acting yet to be confirmed if report in Ebeba through the vetting committee no Ebeka say yes omo confirm no. Se kobare sa na obedi eyi a omo de omo hunu say kwan paso na omo fa so a omo de omo enam so a obeye, and that they reject him outright for the position that is awaiting him. Position here, the position of the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. But Osaka Sai, but let's take a listen to this one.
You see, our friends in the NDC should watch this. Power is like an ice block. When it's given to you, it starts to melt from the very day. If we made mistakes, or if there were some mistakes in the past, which I admit that our government couldn't have been perfect, some mistakes were made. If, to watch this, power is like an ice block. when it's given to you, it starts to melt from the very day. If we made mistakes, or if there were some mistakes in the past, which I admit that our government couldn't have been perfect, some mistakes were made. If the same will be repeated, then where are we heading to? And with what is going on, it becomes difficult for you to hold back the extremists and the hardliners in our body politics. Because if today a chief justice is going through a committee hearing, and hurriedly, when the hearing is not done, a report is done, and she's removed. If today somebody makes himself available for interrogation, and suddenly he's remanded, we know what is happening at the Yoko. They will keep you, and then now set some very onerous bail terms, making it practically impossible for you to meet the terms. Everybody is watching. I would appeal to governments to stop these excesses.
All right, I don't know media mouse is here no live here on SOMPA 106.5 FM. Honorable Alexander Afenyo-Markins and I'll just say AD and Kobono. But there are two other issues we are, and also a scene the vetting yet to be confirmed. Chief Justice pending on the reporter ebe free the vetting committee ebe call Oman Penyinho Chief Justice acting Chief Justice nra or the nsembi to tuja na nsamwa or the tuja na say sir yehwe atai e Ghana ha ye nyina atai ye bo atai din wo Ghana na wunya nte nka de na yakola because every be atwam no na atai aye kromfo remfo pa wo Ghana ha kromfo tachi amwa na atai wo mu kire no on de ne call aye asam de bia no the Chief Justice nominee Paul Buffalo Body a cancer be na and some bang no kai abusia moma yenkoti
we sit in Accra here and say the man stole only a bunch of practice. We sit in Accra here when a magistrate at Gosu decides to send the boy to prison for 3 years. We sit in Accra here and say the man stole only a bunch of practice. Do you know what it means to what the bunch of plantain means to my mother? It's like stealing your car. You see, so I mean, there are so many reasons. The magistrates and the judge, they are trained. They have this. The sentencing guidelines. They have them, but sometimes they have to go beyond it. In my youthful days, I gave him 70 years. And what I told myself was that if Atayi was given 30 years and he comes back, my family will be the first family he will attack. So by the time he comes back after 70 years, I'll be dead and gone.
All right, Ebusha, for what you say, I couldn't hear or sentence Atayi to 70 years. Now, Atayi come 70 years. Now, by the time I no be free, a friend is saying, a prison wabano. Not just say, or no, we go. But I mean, let me do with the last voice. Now, I think that we have another voice here that we are going to play. Until we patch up by yes, our voice and also. All right, so that voice is not ready as of now, but Brekum Chidom Hima was sending strong warning. Edi akwakoma abronye. Brekum Chidom Hima was sending strong warning. Edi akwakoma abronye. Momenti.
Abronye. Una napo asewa me mpasa me Hima Brekum Chidom Hima. the person can creepy at the show. And I know pay. You say, oh, yam when you try when in town. But I know dear, a bit wow. When you a yatra when in town, Nanya dear, a bit wow. Who could it be present Kufatem? Who could it be Dr. Ananiatem? What did he Kennedy at him? And now, yes, sir. And that dear Babua walk and be aso. So when you penny be man and Cassandra wa me, one anime, oh my enemy, me cannot crap at the atro. Sana mona wood to know, and ya dear Babua, it will queen be aso. Whoso way more ham, whoso way more ham, whoso way more ham a day. I quite that it's one. The book at Niza, a hand tainty, Uyankopon, or Brennassi. If we are sent that one mona, who won a sano, who won a cassiasano, a kitsuebi. Swam when yan nawa, and yadia we are sano, Ubecum. When in now, young won't antitil, and fight him the dear amatitil. Said brand people will never dim penny for them. Kennedy, why ye be a mount? Kennedy, I want power to a man, ne? Why yes, said your wooing. Who be one who was a ham? Nini Chassery. A day. A dear one, I will pay friend people. To me, Ben, I will pay friend people. Kennedy, why ye be a man? Kennedy, now who is Arno? So po, President, no. Where dear you? A form for Yajinatum. Delegate Yajinatum. I don't want ah, Nanyamiaka say, Junte. Sha, Abonye, me cannot crap a hatchlow. Kennedy, no, Abanadi our foe. Was fat. And to tell him, did you know? Or from them wow. So one coffin. And I dear Bepwell. Me cannot natural say. Dr. Nana, wouldn't I actually appear no? It's your one or no. Why be a man shy so fool? Why be a man shy so for papa? No, you send shy so for your tomato. Ah, Papa be a ye yenty, and in the power ye yenty, and when people munty, and they're two abanama hanono. Shy so for tomato baby no. What's it? Who did the Juma war ye created that? The Juma war ye, the hospital Juma now war ye no. Would they cassetiano? We be a hospital no we be. Men, yes, sir. Now, Dr. Anano, you bunepa, President Kufo, you bunepa, XSA, MPP Amayukuno, President Kufo, I be the year pa. Kennedy, why you be home? Kennedy, ah, now go G one, the Wakwe G one on say yana. Confanoche, whom will the Wakwe of Anna? And then I see, touch with Woodway, I will be a B. Ah, no course, them on whom we won't say the Apostle. I want to be a coso.
Abusha for Sasabu Yabesaba, Subaramin Kwamaro, Amending Common Brasses here. Na Yansaka, a Wing Commander Patrick Nelson Sobojo, one no a retired senior Air Force officer of the Ghana Force Services.
Yep. Don't touch a small one. Okay.
All right. Wing Commander Patrick Nelson Sobojo, Yama Kwababa for God and Country on SOMPA 106.5 FM in Accra.
Yeah, Mr. Joso.
Biba Chana Pum to say. Joe, Yabeda assessor Nevi, what can say, you know, Babidi and Como, Efa, the helicopter crash, no, Yabekaya, and Cherry P, be somewhere in August, and now. Sa arbitrary a ball or mine a Ghana. Now, I mean, say Sabre and Shushemo Amaye about a Z9 helicopter crash, no, a idea about the tour abonting. Now, I mean, himself report by you know, Omidi at 2 of my mooning in a Nimayati Moon Como. But I said, Etieno, Yana Nanom Nian Mubia, one more a street, no so a wɔn so wɔn mu tie no sɛ kasa bɔ report no mu tɔfa ɛkyerɛ ne tiefo a mipatwa dɛm pa na wobɛka akyerɛ ne tiefo based on the report a ɛba abɔnten.
The cranny bibia no ametimaka because I will share no atihwe no ye na meka say ye me yenhwe se die ne ba ya ema we will say bibia nam no tifi to back from bebo bodu ana popo ana say report ne by patch say e weather that just say we will say if you know pilots no so me qualify ana we weather no so be no control. So I say, and he said, San a banner, a bounce on yes, 10 minutes and I feel bapum. Now, helicopter away. And course, free, say, they are free, Comase, now bank crying. On course, repeat, it is a down draft now. It pushes her, it be an Akobo baby. So I say, it's here, a yes, almost woman who said a pilot for fault. Then aeroplane also. Now in real
you better say sir what me ya no sir but sir you share report na e ba ye na say no as on mind Ghana no esuahu ni ben pa na wo say nya fi sa report ni mu
but the back we pe and American one say bon say aeroplane na aeroplane for soldier for the civilian for. Yeah, aeroplane, the whole panel of the mother coyano. And one young man at to see me. As I got to Toyota, now per se, automatic now post, a manual, I will choice. Well, in 10 years, no would be, and I'm a planetary.
Matthias, now, and you know, where I'm the patrol it's you.
What's saying?
The patrona, it meet you.
There was coming to here. I won't be a question. And I'm patches or lecture say, near maybe or Air Force will play. Now, say, yes, sanity. Yeah, be or the moon here. Who got the other coy? I never told you, Musan Air Force on you. Now, playing in your first summer, a cover the beer. Wrong. And you know the new automatic. When the map plane is almost say a real weather. The real weather there, pilot don't mean your face. You know, mana or can't say second work primo. You will move clear, woman to you soon your face.
But going forward as a country, no, sir, Usha, the aircraft horses here being owned by the military now. Do you think, sir, was a aircraft in no? Ye jai you soon a copper amunubia ebetimi aboyengana. Even though the report does not say, sir, you know, accident they see, you know, from some aircraft, no, but from the weather.
The parliament may be a question.
Me patrol beti maybe, sir.
What aeroplane muda?
Matna aeroplane muda.
Now, Tramono. Yen funny is near the Edjuma, yet in the flying hours the Edjuma. Maybe at the old Tramucan, they did 30 years. Say Indians, no, yes, the flying hours layer, it took over. What must I say?
Matuasipa.
A component be a prono. A watama, and see a check. To play the or crap for 1 2 crowns is former. Yeah, the or high see a check here. Emiliano Swan and so check. The class of Tiplin and they are different. I cognac to say different. Into Imra to near predict 2 how many times hours. Now I will be a baby answer. Yeah, who check. Yeah, who check. Yeah, who check. In the near age of the aircraft.
Okay, so, it is not about the age of the aircraft, but rather the flying hours aircraft are making.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's all. I could change oil, not change with sanity. Now I say we don't know untimina in free fitter. in Merema. In the hours in the checking.
Wow. That's something good information you have given to us this afternoon. But looking at Ghana, there is an issue or controversy about Ghana acquiring a new presidential jet. And on common also, once you are an expert into aircraft, Ghana and you are BBA, would want to know the state of our presidential jet. Is it about time, sir? Considering the flying hours, to me,
no presidential jet to crown where the corner. In person, the president to use. Say it was kind of better or to credit the asthma. Number, some say I was here, they check them. You will check 1, check 2, check 3, check 4. But a true stage, dear. As a plane sound copy, beer, your manufacturer.
SOMPA FM.
No should be beer, Musay. Yamani, who I want to for any. This all my try say beer, I say tank, corrosion or tank, a venue. And Ghana Air Force and the use. One more year plane my own 2 above the hours. In the presidential jet, they call France. In India, that would do the checker as a factory. The whole of them small problems. So among solving we are, yet to mean it's a plane. And yet for a quarter, who got tough for now, so now 5 hours now, and this is because you hear America some more Air Force One. And you're back open one more. Or maybe a Numa names here. Announcing the flying hours nature call Boina as a circle. It's a buttoness if they are and yes, and the flying hours near it. You now got Tom, you mean, now it's from a blue stage here as a senior woman, yes, sir. To me, no, because the president, no, one tell to go. Talk to myself.
Okay, and you know the point you are making, and they say Ghana had a fleet of presidential jets, 2 or 3, no, and whom here because your man penny on more Ghana had and ya dear mute to quite.
And no Ukrainian American show. Now, your first time. Ghana Air Force One presidential jet from 1960. There be a presidential jet and a presidential aircraft. That they hear in hours, no. Hours say you are here and no commerce. They do major check now. Except plane come manufacture home. Nobody won't feed their issue. This one go ahead. So they can make you so replenish. Wow.
Yeah.
And the buy prince and then just a BB a worry no 1 hour. Offer the Mercedes Benz here, AB and the radio. Will be a radio or to free home. So no assemble. In the name in I see a checking in answers a plain problem in home.
All right.
Now, got Tommy and son, that's the one you say a waste of money.
A waste of money.
Sir.
All right. So, Minim say you are very much experienced because I've followed your interactions on so many media platforms. Now, if you more about today, and no say whether no was the primary cause of this accident. Before. Aeroplane and I say aircraft to be to our destination, and you be pilot in any team, no, I want to mean forecast say baby, I koi or whether no any papa and Tiansan Etiana.
You answer me to a replay, no, yeah, they find flight plan. What they know about civil aviation. Answer now, start the plane, you come, my permission is started. No matter weather on route. So, It is a bia in seal tongue tran. Now Cocumadia commas in seal toy. So let's take off one back close circle. And a facet walk on London for my crowd. Yeah, where station plane it to if you drew commands over for control tower. Control the catcher and say, not Tamari say playing back at this time. Opa Tamari Wafra Wagadugu. No afraid Tamara said, Libya. Now, today be a radio contact. No. And I feel so. There were flight in me, you know, back when you friend in visual flight rules. I know they who no assassin. So, I said, helicopter on costume to whom assassin. And the question of this time, you better more weather. Oh, now weather need you or her, and put from another. I don't be any control. But they be able more weather from your point A to point B. And then what? I say be a TNA best and I got as a teacher. Only control. So,
SOMPA FM.
So in this case, can we say, proper checks perhaps were not done before playing the barbecue? Because we were told, say,
can I tell you
based on the summer, now person who say, proper weather forecast ahead. Answer.
Make one proper header. Then they won't give the permission to take off. This will take off. This will be some permission from control center. So I'm not paying. I want me to.
But
the question is if there were weather is out. The weather in Yanko.
Now, maybe so that ain't I'm waiting for a whole of an hour as per the report, answer na omutu.
Me about saying. What's the one waiting for them?
1 hour before departure.
And I said, farm. Who catch a palace on Kukumasia? Answer our trampoline. Or my checks will be heavy. So would delay 1 hour to us and non forward down. So what the nya and the old minko into 1 hour work and far flight so to speak. And I'm what? Go to only 8 minutes to land no bossing.
Perhaps another report, was specific, sir, because of the bad weather condition ahead, No, it wasn't
the thing, Ukraine. It wasn't bad weather ahead. It was weather we developed en route.
It was a weather we developed en route. Into a brand normal corner. And your quanos on a weather, no, and Sakra and a buy.
Quanos in the weather, yes. And quanos in the weather, and say.
Wow. So in that case, so ko baby sana to say a quano so what done say as an a work their friend is a pilot on an aircraft, not then I was sank or ye.
The main part say what done in ya control tower mount permission to go. I say, Mr. What done it may develop at any time. And not the helicopter and cost through downdrafting. Say, yes, a place out if you come and see back. I know also.
SOMPA FM.
Helicopter in a mere anti downdraft to affect him. Well, the downdraft, you know, to be predicted. Said there will be a downdraft. Then I feel so. Maybe happy, chairman, to be happy. And uncle school be and now sorry, then go a kubesi. I acquire maybe no business. Only for planning see to be a pump.
All right, I think Komamini would generated some concerns here, and of course on our socials too. And some are even opined say, "Wabrana, one more equa who say." Whether no a boy see a weather in Shadan Yakra, and now some sandwich. But the argument also is that
now, me so a pilot to so weather and Wabaka
debut.
A so Kuno. Now, me part a weather that's been developed at any time. So what you say? So what I mean, your uncle.
Wing Commander Sobojo, you better was a pass one man who came out in with them. Yeah, what treat him with
accident.
Accident, I trench him, I trench him, Lacy. Whether Mammy now I say, say, oh, my whole time, you know, it didn't come. Sompa 106.5 FM for God and country. Pathonet is saying,
Prof, Namia do me here.
Bibiabo Code,
Namia do me, Namia.
What's in common?
In fact, interview near me there. This has been one of the things that me in particular say, and maybe control me Facebook wall.
Yeah.
Say, we need the report. What caused the accident? What you say? And to win commander, and Rameti say, Omampeni received report, and I was so happy. And an open so beto jan mitiebi, and I think say we are all at peace now. But there's one thing I still I actually imagine. Ubisan, but I think say menya near me pe.
A question be.
The question Abusan say, commander say when commander say. Omo check whether be bia and son now the report so say and as when commander can say omo kono na whether no e change now the question I'm asking myself say you are the pilot uchi helicopter na say wako na say whether no a change what should have been the best thing to do
Osi bebia na wo mo nenam no na ho ye kwae mu na sukuu ni ana landing place bi ani ho a obetimi make an emergency landing as of that time because you say which here whether I say ukwa wani ma whether I say so what will be the result?
So between
yes
between
no about yes
Ansana obe rap bad word animal. Whether an indication say
there be
entering maso mbe hu bibisa. Debi. Enso munana nti abochu pa hu se enso muna woni.
One say
how the answer because when commander kasabata hona
manin twi wadwen because who expect in that particular
field. It's a layman question. We are asking a layman question.
I don't know. He's talking from the technical point.
That's
technicalities.
Oh,
but you have not flown an aircraft before.
No, we really accept. We really respect.
That wing commander. Now, observe me my fruit plane. So, what was the relevance of that question to the discussion? What was the relevance?
I think they wanted to answer.
Without due respect.
No, but so
being my fruit plane. There be some fruit plane. What?
May they answer me.
There be of what significance? That me praying la my fruit dano. And what on the conversation I mean they will have it.
I think I wanted to ask a follow-up question.
But you know, it's very important also.
Yeah.
You said one thing that I also disagree with. We need a fleet.
We need a fleet.
Yes. Ideally, every state, like he even made his own example.
Yeah, United States.
They have about 5 in the fleet.
Yeah.
Then you said, a full time who we are without an aircraft.
But then she said, or say, France is your musisi, don't know. The flying hours, no, not there, a queen will be as
we need a fleet. It is a CA, yawa bakwa.
Or say,
and I'm say. We need one brand new one. Plus, in addition to the Eco France, now Baba backup. So that whenever any of them must go for maintenance or anything, we know that there is always one in condition.
So wing commander, I can say, and no, yes, can say, your flight now, Eco France, your tank and worrying arching. Tio, was it tank and worrying arching? Now, so 4 times who's worrying arching. We don't have
a problem with that. But now we are without a presidential jet. I don't see anything. That's why we need a fleet. So in every serious state, they have a fleet that is managed by the Air Force.
But Ghana had here one.
Look, reports now you can't. They wanted a complete overhaul of the fleet of the Air Force. Complete overhaul. So much so that some of them, off radar any anyama way. You know, now we are doing real time monitoring. Our current fleet do not support that. So we need a complete overhaul. Forget about economics. We have lost the human lives. We have lost. Value them to the plane, to the cost of the plane. Value it to the the cost of the plane. And I can't mind never bought.
So we'll come back to this.
And God forbid that chopper had been used by the president not long before the incident. God forbid. Now anything. Pray saying, don't we have individuals in this country who have their own private jets? What are we talking about?
All right, SOMPA 106.5 FM for God and country. Now, my main counsel, Electroland Ghana Limited, home of quality electronics. I want to call electronics, papa, for me, but also ultimate Ghana Penasco products, media products, Samsung product, TCL product. The name. Where you'd have to go and get the original Electroland Ghana Limited. Your TV, your air condition, your fridges, your washing machine, kettle, rice cookers, microwave, blenders, and any other electronics be our person top Kai baby also do any tray. Electroland Ghana Limited. Then he just me what and say. So now you only could job. Your mouth 15% discount. Yes, actually watch the amana ye. Electroland for Tachiman, Bia any Kumasi station, so wo Kumasi for when it's Kasi Junction, Third Junction, and Crane, Adenta Barrier, Dantuman Runabout, Industrial Area, Bia Animal Complex, and didn't share anymore. One more offices, Sunyani, Mankasim, Cape Coast, Takradi, and Tamale. Bombarding Nafre Electroland for was 0245 94 94 95 0245 94 94 95. Natasha Nsubio say, "Insure the biada that me catch us say, we no more ebe ma wajan hoto so. Insure no ma unipedua na ni be kama. Insure no ma obetimi ada kama. Insure ye the first grade filters e dia sone so e kasa natural mineral water. Insure no e kre insure we ha the dead bobo yo insure we ha me patro busia bia nchemfa nso wonu ma onya yade da enuanu dro abomo be enti patro so be no nsu a eye kasa natural mineral water you on a bottle you on a sachet na kai bio say we do any kire Casaloma Ventures a obenya no dudrum 0206469 again 0303965 Omecha kwan ewo Taifa ewo Nkran bia ewo back hospital nechi ho Kasa natural mineral water so refreshing anti abusia adwuma kwamienu awe omaso asene bade o ebim so ho amaso asene nti no as and when dwumadi no koso no meda one edi akire wo but nyame adumo a eye da wukuo eye ochena eye Ghana ha Yenina Bakaya, your president, what is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, about my munina and by say, a idea or no dear to Abamanwa, one project beer is beseen in this or the bano, a year and Nkuko and Kete project. Now, some Kuko Kete project, a bra yet to Abani ya, Wamo Edin Kunimuno. Wamu kwa lanchi eye feed Ghana program wamu ye watechiman no eye wamu esaka ho asem na yenya ntie se nyame adoma ochina Kumase empenyimfo betrase na project ho nsem na ho nkro ne ba no na wamu ne ekuafo a wamu ye poultry no eni wamu hia eni Ghana de hia nyina na yenya ntie se eye Poultry Farmers Association a wamu Ghana ha they have a contrary view. One more challenges in the same, one more problems in the same. The Sentina Nevi, Yaton Sa Afre, Ora George Dasa, one more year the National President Poultry Farmers Association. That's a young man away. Mike, no, Atuma. Atuma be a song. Oh, Kadeoming. Kapa Fogo. Oh, be a laugh. That's a yengi.
Ye Oli. around Namvili.
Namvili. Ma Losek Manga.
Okay.
Losek Manga.
Okay. That's good.
All right. So yes, I'm on a baby.
Yeah.
Now, say no, una Poultry Farmers Association e Ghana henina no. Wo na we the president. Say nkokon ketenkete enkomo e beto dwai. Minimum so mo di hu nkomo kakra amongst your association. Say enkomo be na mo di afa ho.
Me da sepa me chia wo ne watiefo ne ya ye wa ha nyina. Abra aban no de sa policy ne bae no. Poultry farmers yehu say eye asempa. Yehu say ya de a say ye ni yi a ebetimi aboa ma poultry adwuma no e wo man mu atimi akonanim. Ye di kan no nti no ye di kan e de letter koma minister no say nka on my yeda na ye no betena ase
honorable Eric Opoku
pacha
sure
ye no ntena ase na ye ndwendwe no ho if you say ya behu say previous policies are successive governments had the ban na very good, very laudable. Nenso implementation no na emwa papa. Ntino anka yenso ye no omuntena se na yendwendwe no ho. Na yenso yenkola adwene ayewo no yenso ye de aka ho. Bepem na ye no antimanshia.
Minister no.
Ye no antimanshia but enra say ye granting interview City FM.
All right.
Ama meti say oka say one poultry farmers Asia by 3 times.
Wow.
But
I no cray.
Bintimi nka say no cray na say no cray. Ebetimi aye no cray because ebetimi aba say poultry farmers be akon nchen as individuals, not for the association.
Sure.
Nti ebetimi aba sa nti oka sa bintimi nni achinye. Na say then at the national level, so Oshia as poultry farmers, later the call say person in international ye no there bibisa
na later na mo de call say mo person mo ni di hie mo no anye bia no or throw back to the association, telling the association say bia bibia na ba continue ontimo no mu nhia
bibia sa amba no kra wo mu say ye di akire sa me secretary e di akire sa ma bribi kura me de koto politician bi anim say anko betimi facilitate that meeting na ono ma me minister no ne personal assistant in the number
right
friend no me di nkomo na say okay obe mayeda o schedule on the 15th of August. Unfortunately 15th of August no any da yempanyimfo a plane crash no mu wuye no na ye omo funeral no ntina automatically na nya ade a betimi aba so ntino metweye ma after a week na me san friend no so he will get back to me and
is it that your association no the ministry of Agric no and recognizing my association as Poultry Farmers Association in this country?
Mintimin kase omon recognize
because you wrote to him, he didn't write back.
Yes, mintimin kase omon recognize because successive governments in him say the Ghana National Association of Poultry Farmers no NAF aban bia nim say yen ena oman yimu ye metima kase between no etoda
yeah you can blend it
metima kase de edimu de aban bia den recognize
onimu ye adwuma
that is it
okay
ntino onim ye but as to the reasoner one responded to us no but the kasa or can run
but before I will be called the kasa or can run as no do we have Ghana apart from this association more association fufrobia and also your Poultry Farmers Association
we say Ghana ha no your freedom of association
sure
and your minim associations bia that are not even recognized but almost wo
okay
ntino de na me kan kosi ni say ebetumi aba say nkrofo call no nchen ono no ebia na adwenye no say yen but enye yen but the fact say me as the national president, you know, you throw letter cry to the ministry introducing me. And you know, I was saying to me who say, oh, maybe I the Oshia meno and yeah, ebia the right person. There ebia wa ko jina in our stead, no, and mean to me can. But the fact is that yeah, minister Antimi and share. Ebia
minister Antimi and share.
Ebia still no obenya kwaya maya.
But ochina jumedi na baso. So I see it as I don't know, say deliberate, and I say deliberate, but from what you said, who say Woma Shedana, Omo person Bebuamo.
And no, etoda o canopia, but head crana ya target.
But target was the same.
My who be that? You better go say me America say
yeah.
For all you know, no, me can't say me NDC me.
Sure.
For all you know, maybe me NDC me, but me can't be na emfa ebia de abane pa.
Where you ku amwate.
Yeah.
So what you say? Eku amwate.
Yeah.
And kubia no so the motia. I mo pe eku nkan ko.
Exactly.
Sure. Exactly. So if say the whole minister for agric.
Yeah.
Honorable Eric Opoku is not paying attention to the National Poultry Farmers Association of this country there, then it's something it would have to be worrying about.
Enra me ohana Bono region. The secretary no FM say bintie bibi wo City FM te me tune me yin do call City FM nte ho na ono no secretary no grantee interview and ono kan de me kan say ya the letters akọ ministry say anka ye ne minister no be hia and up to date ye ne nhia ye nte ho na omo say omo nti ase nte enu amu na omo frɛ minister omunene ekasa ya oka say ono no we share poultry farmers, but as to whether poultry farmers are from the Ghana National Association of Poultry Farmers, I cannot tell.
You cannot tell.
Yeah,
it means that they don't recognize my association. No,
bibi sir.
Uni say amanyo sam kakra bebe mwana.
Mamenka say Ghana hano. Adeba ma can we I mean say eneno I can 3 times metro and other Ghana hano yen sheda any a strategic policy direction for the poultry sector.
Any strategic policy direction
for the sector.
For the sector.
All these policies ready for food and jobs whatever no they are politically motivated. Ntino say omoba na omo the policy neba na ewuma na omo free so na they go with that policy na another what do you call it party bar they also bring their own you ye hear what will be a policy framework a be guide the poultry sector in the country said the beya aban bia ba they will follow through it nti the adeba ye advocating say yemfa policy bin ko parliament yem pass it into law na guide the poultry sector so that every government that comes will follow through it. Other than that there bibia ye politics but
me how can CNN say I said they are not recognizing your association because what's wrong krata they are the ministry and I believe say the Ghana National Association of Poultry Farmers will not be happy, sir. The minister will not respond to the letter.
Our last follow-up letter was on the 10th of October. Say Enra na 1 month. And you do call me specify say this is a follow-up to the letter.
And that one to response amba. Me pa chojina line so na men koso na me ora aprekulate ending komo ono the head of public affairs Ministry of Food and Agriculture ending komo mini aprekulate ewie me ma akwa baba SOMPA 106.5 FM in Accra
Major Sobinia
na pom to say
ya kopa da romane mon 5 onti me ho yeta
good yes ya che oba shran ya che pa
me have some next week we have some
na ochina yenya ntia se aya nkukon ketenkete policy a mo aban no e di aba no ochina e wo Kumase mo kwa ko di djuma son bi wo ho but I have with me here in studio Ura George Dasa, one the national president for the National Poultry Farmers Association of Maya Yewumusisia. Wachira say, Omachron Krata Bremo. Some person Munimusia before a program we cry Bekoso. Anyabiano, why is the minister not getting time for the National Poultry Farmers Association of this country?
Yo, many idea my mention what here for. Now, yeah, Edikan. Minimum, you know, also the president of Poultry Farmers Association. Yeah.
Me patron,
good. Edikan member, a chopper, a man say, Ura, or swap for where you hear, no matter what you understand, no, you be or yeah, they are non for anything. I come as say, oh yeah. Maybe I don't say the other one. I don't want to ever. We go for fun. I really go. And the minimum Omunia Konya any Eura Asia and Casabia. You do the Omu Eura and Kaila Cate or more. My M1 or more Cata. AB and Catano. Why will him Ghana and says, I never use Cate to Mediana at Dawson. You be a baby to fire now for good ear. Near a total mean. This is a Yalanti program we are named. Ebra, Yeda, Yeda, in Ghana, a home, Embra, Shani, Viana. It's just for that extra 1, 2, 4, the woman going to the moment doing a mom report for a result from Munina. As you Munina, I didn't say before that, Omun industry create, no.
Okay, rapper who Nyabutramame. That's a microphone now. Casa Mufro Muninano. And the Poultry Farmers Association of this country, Ghana, no, Mutu Monsafro almost.
Yes, that's wrong. That means you can specific your buyer.
Wow.
Meant you can specific here, or buy any association here who be not more a big Aquania, not a bit you ever. That's big Ghana and
now, okay, say what to suffer a year the Poultry Farmers Association of this country for letter no more address it to wine.
You know, because I mean to make cash I know. Also, your association like Peasant Farmers Association, Toronto Growers Association, all those institutions now, ministry, you know.
Wow. So once Radasa Ewofia or Kase is they have tried very hard as an association, say on person Bushia, a minister, Aquiniano, Womunyano. Say no, then I will be catcher omo because they seem peeved, eh?
The American Miniano said, Menimon on Timinti can together. Your opinion, say,
or your own opinion, or Yakuda, or your own opinion.
Every guy will be to me.
I will be to me. Cry.
To make out the mini opinion, after the papa or young to was here. The spell I need you for so. You might be a baby at Magana. You put you man up to Papa, I don't know today. And we are making so from a number man and all friendly. Now, many are in the quite brief office of Bushia or Sarfo. Remember, when Rebecca Sana, one more. And then now, also, I've been training and come who be opportunity with energy. They're normally a man.
No reality. But maybe so that Ochina Sana Jumedi in the best Farco.
Also, Ochina Jumedi and go on to take it.
Aye,
and go on to take it. I am not a Italian from Slovakia. Say, I am the Padona doing any interventions and go out poultry industry. You can't go on to take it now. And young Pocono said, almost an answer most strong. That I don't do an idea, man. And then go on to get to that for it is a backyard poultry.
Me patron Yabutre. Uchremu say, and cook on kitten na walkano. And ya and cook on say, one young kitten pa na ya can wasam. But ni do drona ye de bema a year 1 year episode ye backyard gardens no. And I'm over to dino cook on kitten.
When you're the asa, and I say, I'm going to cry a groom for a household.
But yes, we entias your partner say, and go getting Dr. Fiwa, not one casawa to was yang. I'm an engine, Abaye, Bra, Coco, and as a man.
Lydia, in the poultry industry, you have got to go away in the in the poultry industry, you have to go away in the there were 3 interventions here, especially at the Guama importations now, a poultry, as a material. I couldn't go on to get to know. I'm going to get the idea in my household. It's not meant for poultry farming. But what you are here? And so, and to say, your name poultry farmers didn't do it. I was on the years, I'm going to get some more Benabe now to me. If it's a Mr. Oman here, and I'm just living in the air why I wanted to. What is the old chicken and them do?
And you know, me per the explanation now, what they might need here. Sabana Kukon Kitten no dia. The Poultry Farmers Association of this country, no dear. What would you inform Papa?
No, they play certain rules because yes, it's say there is some poultry farmers no more my young for now to me. That I'm not why I didn't crack. But what you say? Me na ni ni die on ko ye wono o ma me duru na go ko bi tira me ko ye o ma and I'm mo di kai de o mo ai de kakra ni no o mo chance of surviving very high. Aside that, they will intervene in the poultry industry. What you say?
And what are those interventions?
The intervention in the poultry industry, they say, they will from small to medium scale poultry farming. And say, the beer to put the it's not wow, if I better to buy a hidden near chin. Big will be not less than 2,000 beds.
Oh, okay.
And I'm for poultry farmers. Or more I can see no more capacity. That's a idea. Will be able to 85,000 beds. These things are meant for the poultry farmers.
Oh, okay.
They are going to be their old chicks. For them, they are going to be their old chicks because they are already into the industry. The only point or better or better to them. But what you say? And go on to get an idea. It's something to ship. Menu now, you poultry that you have to as the winner do. Now you are moved to and now then it's that going to be in more in your bed and I at Conwa. Now who don't pass away. A bit near Kenya work for commercial poultry farming.
But the presidential candidate for the new patriotic party for the 2024 general elections, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, clearly has said, "Sa project we run and who should he be as out."
I can't tell this. I am in Pese, and because to me, no, this my castle point blank there. Obia only credibility, our Ghana. Obia unfair idea. Obia the new water. You can't do our Ghana, and I use our Ghana, but Obia can't. I am telling you that the importation of poultry products into Ghana is over $400 million annually. And for Ghana, for your young people, a move a duocrony, a free on my profit. And you can say, yeah, Buama for fire adult, near Buama poultry destination and national, as you didn't to me, you don't know what you're talking about.
Really?
Yeah, we don't know what you're talking about.
And you, Ochinano, a quemben soon as you made it number fast wako.
Oh, you're very good. You know, Kumase, you be back. You're told that friend media station. Our more value is now already be able to get. And to say, you know, instead of being young, Nanankataya, after meeting cry and Pantida. Or my penina moba, or swap for Nankata, every day, ever. And they will tell you as a minute change. No man playing no swap when it is that. And then I'm no way for him for my head and I don't you money to my day. Aka. Okay. I'm interested in an Masamunka. And I can tell you, no, Pochiame, I Etidia.
All right, wait a matter was but Ochinano, Adia Mobache, and Kukoni be Ohana.
Normally, a bit by the bear symbolic.
A bear symbolic.
A bear symbolic. But, yeah, you know. As I said, region be out there called region. Because we don't expect them funny say 100,000 and the government region have region. You expect beneficiaries of Umra must not make it no Kamba.
Matthias, now beneficiary selection no ekwen ben so na mo befa so mo sa selection no.
Nina you are the nina betu ja edika abode we say obi o pepa no because niam I expect of any fee and now virtually. You know bibia na o pepa say oni akoko betman fee and obe ya for respect and am bisa. Nti wo na so utu anamon e dey that wa o pepa dia no hu great officer no. But model nina realize the nina betu ja ochina. The means that I can know the model at the Amayo.
Well, Rapiculati, where a mesro, answer a Mejawa crano, mesro passe. Saturday way, Mamma found Manos and being room. Say we on your part and this new way, and on the ground, who crowd won't qualify here, but Bobby, Saturday and Moon free.
Maybe cram and come. Even though we are portrait farmer, we are maybe here, Sabunia, Benya, but end up getting a bear or swamp for India. The cram and go.
But say ube on Sarfo na ube ti menye bi o back door na sembe na okay. Ah, na ba wo tu fitre gwe ni.
Me kwa no onu angata nya de to be mame. Onu angata o mame. Ah. E ti kwa si bi buta no. Ye really say omo pepa. O say e come enim MPP enim NDC. O come enim MPP enim NDC. O say medical kata say mu we say we cannot keep on repeating the same thing and expect different results. And if we buy two partisans, we have to, you know, us one portion of a two system. And the near is a very partisan happen.
All right, my appropriate.
It's not going to be one time off.
Okay.
One time off.
Ade mo beto akoso aye.
E do ta akoso aye. Nze wa nya bi ochina. Enya wa gye se onya bi. Do be nya bi ochina bi no nya bi.
Yo, we dey my ndase. Enti dey old chicks na mo de be ma ho.
There be am pa dey old chicks e be ma aye. Enti se o ha, ye da ma portrait farmers no. There be a go bi e be pe ya pe portrait farmers ya. Bo be di ka ye o mo nya na o tumi.
Now you maybe or rapper could jabutrama me. One say most more per poultry farmers are sempo no baby amobeko biano mode sanko kono be man poultry farmers no amomanye omo be say na washim yenu. And you could do all this without consulting the Ghana National Association of Poultry Farmers. That's serious.
It depends area now here.
No, but it's an association nationally recognized in this country.
I do agree with you. And then I'm going to surprise executive to money I am leading them. We are from a number chairman. Now we are on frame income. And when we are number one of software here, it's never too late.
All right, Preculati, my say that so I'm a hokama anyway, only a ding come on the way, but would expect, say, Mufri Kumasa ba. Over fidue mu ha na ye ne watena se ne ye di nkomo afa ho because me ankasa me were interest pa me nyankoko ne be 50 a me de begu me backyard na ma yen omo Christmas dey aben so that intimi Easter no na me dey twa me dum why
Christmas how say this time around the focus on the broilers not layers
broilers no ho
SOMPA FM
broilers no and omo obuti na ochin sia oyi omo eyi.
Oh, okay. And I'm actually with him. Why? Brami bear 20 be na me fan me how far. Why?
Bro.
What's that big catch? What's that big catch? Say Brami bear 20 ni dia. What's what the Brami? But what catch them? That I say. One kasa uni akwenye bia uni benye bi. Hey, am I your for?
One man wants you. One man wants you. When you say, baby out here no.
Yeah.
The over who they will be question.
Sure.
And the over so be bought. 1 year who they were. Oh, man, if you know a car, I know who said it.
Sure.
I know I don't know what to look at here, pa.
Watch them say, oh, yeah, head of public affairs, but that's it. What? I'm regular. Oh, it was for SOMPA 106.5 FM. And you know, that's who on?
Yes, Matipa.
What to be? What to be? Say, Wakuma, Abafom.
Anyway, I say program na nkasa na na say policy no. Moving forward, no, still are your challenges.
Sure.
Sir, Mamin clarify way, not all can be no can say all can concrete no. The moment our president or can concrete no. Yeah, import farmers yet here. Concrete is day old checks.
Day old checks.
Yeah, in this particular the idea ma no.
Yeah.
The day old checks na emma nipa ma ye broodi omo for I'm say almost 4 weeks. 2 weeks no still are no still fragile. About 4 weeks. Not 4 weeks no ya chiche ama friends saying beneficiaries no. Until you can't go on. In fact now among phobies the other side of the policy now or more
but what here?
Say ye
no baby sao. Policy no mudi abano. Here.
Policy no good.
Very good.
Very good.
And you know, only Dr. Mahmoud Baomi anyadwin.
Benene nyadwin. Sure. Good. But the implementation no.
How no. And you know, but you are talking about implementation.
Yes.
So okay implementation a kwemben so na omefa so a ombetimi ya e be successful.
Now all can be say one time. That is unsa nya biom. The best would have been say nipa na ye ma omo nkokọ no. See, we are talking about Ghana's manual. Other na yema districts, you know, almost some kind of training, basic training on poultry rearing. And sana you see, obia o here bia no, and also interested on control the D.
Sure.
You control a D, not yet the winner amount. Without any training, chances are that ngoko ibibewu. Then we'll be causing financial loss to the state.
Na some kra mo ye poultry farmers no kra mo ko fa day old chicks by ebiwu.
No kra. But because I'm more training no, the mortality rate no making sure say may reduce no. What you say? Yet you say the more the feed back home. Feed no what quantity? Will the feed take them to the end? Sentence you see nipa the be more man no. At the end of the day say feed no sa na feed no me ma. Obeja omo sa ntino the growth rate now can no ebia ye nya no at the required the time no nti when you na ye issues are ye betimi atrans na ya den ya adwe no ho now or come another phase ye be broody broilers no I say every constituency benya 10,000 broilers every constituency now 10,000 broilers are ye be and also ye be brood no for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Broilers no omunye that resilient like layers. Na and also ya chiche ama as to how many are the beneficiary and the minim.
All right.
Ntino and no say no broiler especially when it comes to the broiler minim say we na ye be ngo nkete and no enye broiler. And no be more resilient than the broiler. Broiler no ye chema beneficiaries ya. Ya nhwe ya me say bebrebe nti no ehu be hia se yentena se na yen nyina yen dwene humbom na yen a we cannot be sere we go into the poultry pen very clean we come out very dirty nema bi ho a yenim aye de ba ye beboa ma we are talking about Ghana's manual say the be a enko wie say we have caused financial loss.
But me clearly from where I sit, you know, me say nkuko nkete project ya omode aba ma manfo ma ye nkuko omu fie no. Emma omu mbeto mo nkuko ne bi. I say ye mo yakakra.
Winim.
Yes.
Now currently. We say
yes.
Now the question is even that the yade man no how many? No say about how many?
Or say be 10
20
yeah, 10-20.
Omo be wi anasa ombeton
omewe za obetimi awi bi na waton bi
oton ama hwan
so no so oton ama e bi anadamfo bi anasa na busu ani bi
nadamfo no so enya bi and oton ama
na sanya obi ana betimi anya nkokon keten ne bi but e be reduce mu sales and ameboa
now there's one thing we are glossing over
no ye denga but would it reduce your sales?
Definitely. But there's one thing we are glossing.
And you know, I'm a Poultry Farmers Association of this country. We are worried.
We are not worried. Look, we are worried about causing financial loss to the state. Now, that's a year about households. No, if there's going to be an outbreak, what is going to happen? It is going to be disastrous.
Sir.
Yes. And you know, the policy no by itself is very good. It's a good policy. And I make her say if it is well implemented, it's going to help. Now, say or can we be say the 80,000 beds.
Sure.
Bema what do you call it? Anchor farmers. Fine. Now there should be a way out. Say, sa 80,000 when we say we are doing school feeding at the basic level.
Sure.
We are feeding secondary schools. Government is feeding secondary schools. Government is feeding prisons. Government is feeding hospitals. Now, there should be a policy in place, say, or a directive from the president or the minister, say, all these chicken that are to be produced through the should be bought and given to these
institutions.
Yes, but a shame per se, as we speak, say, secondary school, you feed you or more. Hospital and other place, they still go to buy the imported chicken. The question now, your baby son say, and I say, what are we putting in place to actually reduce the importation?
Because when he say Ghana how, I say Nkokona ye crafty man on a bano. She say Ghana for pen no chenkra, he say a local one because of cost.
That is it.
Adentina. Ghana ha Nkokona munyang my tongue as an association.
Yeah. All boils down to the cost of production.
Cost of production.
The free amanone bano is heavily subsidized. Yes, subsidize it. Now,
why not subsidizing?
The respective countries, maybe a free bano. The governments of those countries subsidize it. We don't have any subsidy. As a poultry farmer, commercial poultry farmer, now it's subsidized. At the end of the day, when you look at the cost of production, recently we have a lot of maize in the system.
Sure.
Feed cost but and also maize farmers, they are also crying. Say they are produced and then it is in the system. Cost of production and I'm saying reduce pricing, they are not also making their margins.
Okay, so from where you sit as the president of the Ghana National Association of Poultry Farmers,
yeah,
do you think, sir, I was here banning the importation of and cocoa, nabasa, nanine, those things into that? Do you feel, sir, I was here banning poultry importation into this country?
Banning outrightly is not the way to go.
It's not the way to go.
What we need to do is give the local producers a quota. Say, for example, UTA president or say we are producing just 5% local production. Now, DBM can give us just 15% as a start. Now, every year or even every 2 years, you increase by 5%. So if you give us 15%, it means now making sure say that is where the problem is. Making sure say it is well regulated. Now importation here 85. Maybe next year or 2 years, or more import 80. Then we move to 20. Gradually, we'll catch up.
Okay.
But outright ban is not the way to go.
Okay, and and the chairman will be, but that
is another thing.
SOMPA FM.
That's another thing. As we speak, and there I was at one station. Me phone na me who say Oma send me an invitation letter to the Ashanti Regional Association. At the national level, there's no invitation. Meanwhile, when you are not invited to a program,
and Oma send an invitation to be forwarded to the poultry farmers.
It is my vice that sent it to me. That is the question.
Is your vice sabotaging you?
No.
Now, I don't letter number so now. Or no, also push letter.
And this one self, it is an invitation to the Ashanti Regional Poultry Farmers Association.
No, way. What bisano?
So, no Ashanti region, Ashanti region.
So the region has been invited.
Yes, but nationally we have not. Nti enra kra me need in combo, me name me vice. Obisa or no catch them say member. Na bisa say have we been invited? No, say no. I'm say then if I'm not invited, what business do I because me call her na who is taking who will take responsibility?
So it means that even government through its ministry, the Krano, Mukrano association, we are not being recognized. Stay out of this for me, please. No. I've not invited you to the discussion, please. No, I've not invited you. You are not part of this discussion. No, you can't catch my eye. No, you will not catch my eye. No, you will not catch. You will. No. But so, rather, sir, your last words.
Yes.
The last words.
The mechanic say, mesre pa say, policies of this nature that are very good, that are very laudable, no. The ministry should do well. Say, they should be stakeholder engagement. Sure. Buama policy no etimi aye ako true. Finally, mesre say, we are advocating and pursue say we should have a legislation on the poultry sector in Ghana. As we speak, no, say this is a legislation on the poultry sector. Okay. And we need but if there's a legislation, will fall through. Say bana or then we can go to the law and then refer.
Alright, George, that's Mammy now as a pass or buy. I mean, so quay Uni are branching it in Koma Bibia Kuyi. Yeah. Why? Barakaya. Barakachibe. Okay. All right, Busha, for you trying one basesia. Now, Yaba will come to the vex matters over here.
Take him on the way. Electroland Abeja. Near the Munamuni, punning in Answabo. Wait, yeah. Thursday, 10th April 2025. Raya showroom for front a Kumasi Techiman Kwanaso.
Yedi Roma, sorry, Dino. And that's a backsword Nidia Nimshe.
Roberto Samsung, TCL, Media, NASCO TV, AC, fridge, gas cooker, washing machine, deep freezer, home theater, microwave, blender, kettle, rice cooker, and any more papa kahunina. Now, when in Bribi, Edicam for Baku 50, Ebenya 15% discount. And ya chedie, it's Robert Hadie, Kahuna, Senya.
21st clinic aye sciatica expert sciatica no o nerves na wo to ase na fa wo siremu na fa wo nansia besi ase ho no se ho techema eno ene ye fa ne sciatica na etimi bubu o to ase ka wo se dwe wo siremu wo je ho ba bia enye na no na 21st clinic ba ye adwuma pa wo mu ye nti abaso bo ma je ne wo Ghana ha ene amono ne enya asem ketewa wo mu je international awards ahodo wo mu je local awards ahodo na no nso na wo mu bie the only sciatica research and treatment center in Africa bibrim ha no ebi ni ba bia je 21st clinic in Kwa. Woman dear bibidro and a besan ya no masa de machine aka ho. Eya sabia yare bia wutimi de ko ne mama de ba ko woma gidi wo mu pa no. Eya sciatica and a stroke nso de kwa. Diabetes ne hypertension ne ade ne ade. Ghana ha ba bia wo mu ho. Enkran ha. Se ye wo Tantra Hill roundabout. Se wo free enkran e ba. Ye wo wonsa ni fa so. Wo fra masaman so na e ba nso a. Wonsa bonkum so. E ho na wo behu ye. Fre 0540 311 311 0540 311 311. There's a 21st clinic. Still, woman is sciatica expert.
Tontonte. Yanum sani efadwen. Ne efadwen ampa. Say na nim say brebi beba. Ama tontina 74. Opa ye ne simple. T74 abeye dru. Tontina 74 ana T74 asa twe yadwene esina nanom dodo so. Say de na dodo bua ma na nanom enyare basabasa no sa na tontina 74 ana T74 ebu anipadua no. Ema immune support enti obi onum bie no. Abrebia ne ho den. Tontina 74 yinso yaye no sensuo krokro wa kama enti ba bia wonam bia obetimi de wade akọ samene wa ankefi na kroi eda no nko na wie ye wa bra mennom T74 samennom tonti na 74 menya hoɔden mennom ne da bia T74 yi eye hahama ene ye de aye na DHC ena aframa na ye kama sa no T74 ahoɔden ne apomuden ko a wokɔ pharmacy ana ba bia to nro bia ubenya tonti na 74 yi bia to T74 yi enye ma oba wa fa afuro ana obi a oma nufo ana se obi a onya mfie dumienu eto phone free 050-162-8931 and a 0246-073-498 FDA agye adwadie nkratoi atom.
Sompa achedie
2025 yaba
Bible say nyame sompa pa ne say obi konwo nyanka ene ewisia mobo enu ti na sompa 93.1 Kumase,
Sompa 106.1 Techiman,
90.7 Enkransa,
101.1 Takwa,
98.9 Sunyane,
and Sompa 106.5 Accra.
Yakabom se bronye yebema enisia ene ekrafo edidi na yenko ayetimi age se wo beboa yen.
Enti say ya anwa emmo tin tomatoes ntade empaboa ye bia wa hyadada wonsan ehia enye ntade dada na emom de yebetime de ya che amano ye monfa meboa yen ne yefa mamobrofo ekunafo enyanka ne ewusia
ebusuafo yemfa ye ho hyem na proposi prepa obo aduponko mu ye nyankopon obeyiye wiye sompa achede ekunafo ene enyanka ne so wo mu bedidi say yesika fatu ahomatrofo iso 0598559802 meet mu biem 0598559802 edin wo so yetara one media
anasa Blessed Foster
branya bosome ni bebodwa trada na de mode dom ye no ye de ama ekunafo yi mu amu ye bi afie etwemu no emu adanse de de mu amunim sompa achede
2025 yaba
to me nchenya oba eni peche mu ana de obedachi nanso ubitimi abwana manenya pomodin free ni mofrase Yamvita ye de milk papabi ni nutrivi aye ye nkwada ediane a eye de na ahodi a ewo mu no bo mofra pomodin anyo impeni fosweni chopa Mawobano apomudin ni mofrase Yamvita gumo do bebre Yamvita, a delicious way to grow. FDA agi edwadie yinkrato yatum.
Abusafo ekwaso amamba kwa baba Sompa 106.5 FM for God and Country. Now time for the panel discussion. One year waha mamin free ayem finfi. Aye Emmanuel. Ima a lecturer or UPSC or Sasra Benjamin Asari. And that's what Sasana watch. You know, he speaks for the NPP. Also, Abba Khan Sawaha. Watch, you know. Yeah. Opposition mumpodi. Hey. Da kabu abemu da kabidi bi obeye. Sasana holali so ha. Da babeko da Benjamin ma kwaba.
Benjamin
na eti say.
Oh, about that daruma bibi aboko.
Oba bi se men kan cho so tuntum ye ne fe pa o.
Na na sinya me nhira no. Ba wo anka hwe amfa ho.
There be. Oso de ne ye fe se me de no.
Okay, then nyame nhira no.
Nyame nhira no. Iba eti say.
Prof nyame adom.
Bibi aboko de. School mu boko de.
Nyame adom ye ho.
Mo hwe nkwala no so ye.
Ye hwe mo so ye. Ent near the semester na be wie.
This question abibisam. Mo hwe nkwala no so ye.
Ye hwe mo so ye. Sika no mo ma me no papa mo tua no. You make yourself as obe baso.
Me that's na UPSA boko de.
Nyame adom boko. Prof nim say last week ye event bi wo ho. Course na me check this semester no.
Yeah.
PR planning and strategy.
Oh, that's fine.
And OBP wa penny be hwe na nya agrokra. Because we say UPSC ye brand ho and with time we are showing say ye skill oriented institution. Enye theory nko a we be hwe de ye more fran ye wo ho na che say ade a ni capacity. Ye buso ye bo adwuma.
Mo nkoso bo adwuma. Olali na to say.
Any of them?
Say the NDC mu afama mo.
Ebe dabi.
Sa farmer mo pa. Na no case la to force na ko takrade bucket circle that say the man boaje no. So what was that video?
Yeah, boy homodin bia. Of course, yes. I saw the video. Yeah, I did.
All right, me that's it. Benjamin. Oberto Sanamine Poultry Farmers Association of Ghana Edin Komo and on the other side which is the PR person for the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, so Edin Komo. Nkoko project, you know. How do you say it?
All right, Prof. Medasa. Mencha Osronko. I mencha etifo ne ahwefo mpempem a omo hweye na omutie enwumre. Mencha yimane minua Holali. Yes, and then so Yamia Domo de Ache Yamia Sabi.
Oh, Sakebio.
Yes, until Beden Yamia said there be a Huyahu. They are a boy yepa. Now, a Kokon kitten kitty as a more can. A baby or beba, Benya to me be or beba bemubiano, or on the policies, our person or the ejuma.
in as much as menene nya adwen won kokon kete ho no eno no ye ne policy and eso make sure say obeye amagana fo hu say asem a me ka kire mo no ade a na me wo pepa no say me pese me ye na minim say ebebo agana fo enso nti na me ka say me ye ena ode aba so ye ni problem bia ye hwe say ebebo but ohwe commentary a enena mu a eba enra na me wo one of the sister station Unia McJerry ne radio to the station one or making emphatic statement say lunch na ye ba be no kra no ono ne ni group a omo abobo omo bu ayom bibia wie omo ko Ganof municipality so omo ko registration omo say registration ni nyina aba na wie a chere say omo ntime nye registration
that just a registration kra no mo wie dey in advance
and ono ne problem ano kan say omo antimpo say ye announcement say ye registration put na say wo pepa na because omo not say nkokon kete adwuma no and omo start so omo kopel land akwa bubu omu buo ni ade a nkokon kete project so ye kopel ho asase ade dey say ye dey ofie nkokon kete a ye say largely ni ebetimi ama be say 85,000 beds we betimi
no different that is for anchor farmers.
Okay, but so no onye no ofie.
I know for anchor farmers.
Omo ye bi dada. Omo
no so no crowd.
No problem. So
I'm say ho de crowd say wonya mai. But we are I say for households we say be betimi am 10 b.
Yes 50.
10 b 50 b depending on their pay. Now that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, so it's good. Me abain ni hye no o say ye de hu say ade a sebe you o hwe baby a ye na bi aka nkokon kete de hu hia but president ne yamani to me Ghana money to me na ne niema ne policies no the social contract was on the Ghana for sign and then no can be it is waba bemu na say or implementation and as or implement ya ade a yenhwe say ye be say ebeboa mo man nya so mfaso eno no na the most important na kwa na ne kasa no sa PR na on ne kasa no
ora preku
wa kana sem kama last minute no ka credibility ho asem na ono an kasa na ne boss no kasa ma no ye ka credibility kro ni bi Yewura no you made a statement to say ye ka credibility o mamu ha nipa uyi nipa tan ba o mi anka o sa na o kan
me na me bisa
me to hanom se sia
me na me bisa
ono a ogina ho a o kasa no ono se ba o mi ani credibility na ne boss no ye adwuma ma no na erikopoku credibility ye ka obi enya rikopoku na ka kire ye se owo opposition oba cocoa farmers sika ye de to cocoa no 3,000 Ghana cedis oba o de be ko 6,000 Ghana cedis ye ne ka se wa ba mu 9 months 11 months ni ne boss no cocoa farmers price na yan omo ba ye otime de ko 6,000 ti ye ka obi oni credibility a wu sa rikopoku ho a wo ye adwuma ma no e be ka kire ye wura Dr. Muhammadu Baomi ase ye ka credibility a oni bi wo mamu ana wo yi nipa tan a untimi emfa Baomi anka ho ase munu be no ka ne sa no enti waba be explain no
o se wa na kara asem no
akwana na ne o ni ti ho chenche we na me kana se na so wa na so obi ono ka ta Dr. Muhammadu Baomi ase woni credibility who born dog
your friend apreku
who born dog say wo be ka ta Dr. Muhammadu Baomi ase woni credibility na wo ujina wo credibility waba be kasa kama me ba ya me kasa me so o hwa kwa no ne PR na o ye na it's good onim na dwuma o ye na wo ba na sa wo ba be ka o divert o ho akwa na kasa fun se ne firi wanum a wo ba be ka kire yes Dr. Baomi any credibility wo nipa na wa ma wadwuma wo ye na wo ye PR man no ono kura no so credibility ane ne ye dwuma
nyabotre mami
what is that
Benjamin Asare nyabotre wakasa o se credibility issues were raising against Dr. Baomi and I was raising against the boss Eric Opokwenya. Now we are kokase na pempem shine there and also go
na ni ti onya picture na mo de to e say mi ni di me ba ya ni picture na mi hu so wota ho e ma obi akura ka so sese edunkatia
me da se
sese edunkatia nti no ka fon sa no
me da se eye your friend Aprekulati
Preculati. Kasa papa neja kasa na kasa.
Yes, me that's it. Madam Brown, Ima, akoko nkete. A quick one.
Prof, quick one. My thief or education information.
Yeah.
Who say Minya Penny raise credibility issue on the person of Honorable Eriko Poku. Let's set the record straight. On the issue of Koko na Honorable Kase Obabe Ma Yebetumono. For your information, who say me ye call BCCA?
Sure.
I've confirmed from somebody at the Ministry of Agric. Cocoa Board is no longer under the Ministry of Agric.
It's under the Ministry of Finance. Sure.
So the issue now or the impugning the credibility of the person of Honorable Eriko Poku. I think it's out of place.
No.
Let's 1 minute. And you say we free Brunti Unipa Nunti Baba Beka. Tie. Satamo na me pacho wa mame 1 minute. Wa mame 1 minute. Na sam no okay no wa mame 1 minute.
Mema wakasa. Na bunu asemu ya wode be mu so
o sadi wo fie ye se no de enya de ye no abra na ye wura Kopoku owo opposition no now okasa on behalf of why enya ndisi
sure
now oye ukọ emrase bedwamu a ono na na ye kasamafo e de me NDC
on agric
yeah enti uka kire say ye yi agric akọ finance enti asem na oka in the name of NDC no and na wa baba mu ya agric minister ye yi dia akọ she finance minister enti me hold no responsible. What are you talking as a communicating expert wo kire ya de kakra ne wo person uka kire
Benjamin
Prof
Debbie no
when your communication what try you say you call wrong I want to Debbie correct you and
then they say very Debbie me for my
Prof we put in
Debbie we'll come to the issues
let's set the record straight say as a minister I can only take responsibility for the agencies under my watch.
Sure.
Ain't he say Cocoa Board any under his watcher. The best he can do is advisory.
Yeah.
And yet he ain't mean can say O2 for Nianfa now O2 for Nianfa. Say Ope say who holding accountable. It should be on what is under his watch or what is within his control. That aside, I think say Nipa na wanting to train come on Nkukon Keten.
Yeah.
He was very solid. I have issues with the implementation of the project.
Just like the president of the government. Yeah.
Because Oshemwa utie in sem no makana unfortunately there's no policy document you betimi reading anka ya year critical discourse but nkitinkiti na matete won channel this program is not sustainable
and yes sustainable
two quick things project be say you don't start with a nationwide implementation also you're piloting kamia say a first of its kind in Fourth Republic enti se opese wo di policy bi sa aba na aya na implementation wise no yes say obeye piloting wo di enkro kuma bi ebe start afa ye hwe progress na ebe ba mu no a na afa ye timi di agina so asua bibi na ye nationwide enrollment
just like we started with the health insurance
what you say so you sua bibi na afa ye inform policy so that going forward no we know what possible issues could come and kwan ebe fa so address no ne to so mienu I don't believe say e was say o man no e di sika ton kokote amanfo say o mon koyen ton no o mo wi o mon wi bi o kai say covid by MPP for a similar thing yes you person promote entrepreneurship obi am register any me man amanfo sika 500,000 2,000 3,000 what has been the impact of that thing? I think say e was say ministry no tenase na omone key stakeholders especially poultry farmers ya any omudin ko edin komo na yenhwe possibly how are you betting adopt bibi to say the microfinance system now say be a memo abe enum ana edubi na mosemo pese mokuma maka mo ho abom na aban e de nkokọ no afemo at the end of the day you should come and pay because oye ni free aboti ye betu yesika agu ma so ya meko techiman ye microfinance ma me fama no si credit union asori credit union say oh asori na ye gigi yesika na asori ma ne be bo obosia na nipa na be bo obosia wie no ukọ ese wo metua na ye munemu na uta ne ba community no eja asori aso ukọ ka no aka jo so asori ne tight ne collection na de take credit union na credit union guye say pese say adwuma we ejina yi a people should be accountable for what we give them say any say ye free ye benya vote wo ho ye benya fans wo ho but the basic issue na ye pese solve no after 5 years after 10 years will still be important.
All right mami now I say me ma so holali my iti on this issue.
I wanted to make an intervention before the resource, the president of the... two things. Page 46
of
the abridged version of the NDC's manifesto.
Excellent.
Number 3. Revamp the collapsing poultry industry by incentivizing farmers and promoting local consumption under the Made in Ghana agenda.
Okay.
4. Roll out a poultry farm to table project to boost poultry production in collaboration with poultry farmers associations. This intervention I wanted to make before he had left. This is captured in our manifesto, a policy document. The NCCA is a flagship program. And quickly, let me Eric Opoku if you will, so that I can continue.
Benjamin Asari issue.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
Cocoa prices are not based on nominal figures. We arrive at that through calculation of percentages. Rates according to the currency at the time. Ebra na Rekopoko eka 6,000 asem. What was the cedi's rate to the dollar? So percentage wise, we had promised about 12%, which we have delivered today. Now 12%, find the rate cedi to the dollar. Now file calculation. Now say you did about so there is no way we could have promised in 2014. In 2024, see about 6,000. Because what was the rate at the time? And what percentage was the rate they were giving to farmers at the time? It was low, below 12%. We will give farmers not less than 12%, and not less than that 12% with the current rates. All right. It will be a bit now. I can say Erikopoku share boss Yebema will be 6,000. Yaba for Kukwa, Sidipani who. These are the facts as they are. But Mamen Twaso with the poultry,
over Twaso with this Yabutre. And during the time Erikopoku,
yes,
Ekoka said Yebema poultry farmers, cocoa farmers, 6,000. Sanchi Muni calculations here, what the Mayans is here, no Sabreno, or the Sanchi Muni calculations in the two.
One can see Yebema. I said, was a buying ma.
I was a buying
because at the time that was the rate. And the appropriate percentage. And also, we will not give anything less than 12% or about percentage.
6,000.
And that 12%. 6,000. Yeah, mark price less than 6,000.
I didn't know. I'm telling you that. Bring out the tape. Right. That's what I'm telling you. That statement was made based on the rate at the time. And we had promised we are not going to do anything less than 12%. Ask yourself that 12% in 2024 per the rates. Any 12% per the rate, what is the value? That's how you do these calculations. All right. So yes, with the poultry issue, there is a lot of gap in communication. That basically that's what I've realized. It looks like a bit more information, hopefully tomorrow that mischief is going to be cured at the FNSA lunch. The Nkukon Kitinkiti is a basic domestic approach. That's what the policy is meant to do. Many Ima were talking about an initial pilot. A pilot has already been done. And again, I'm giving you information. Before we are arriving in Abotre, Mekamasem, a pilot has been done. Now, the whole idea is that a certain number of Nkoko. Now we are not even exceeding 50. What that means in itself is that is a form of a pilot. Because any individual who is interested, just go and register a name, any number. 100,000 Yebemao. But because number na Madame Funamo say Omako pass and all those kind of things, quite clearly was a gap in information. They would not have gone through that step. They would have rather waited for the anchor poultry farmers. Time no sooner, then they can go into that project. But for them, be at 20, 50 B. Near the feeder come home. District be agric inspectors war. We have veterinary officers there. They will take care of the issues that the president was raising about the health of the Nkokono and all those kind of things. The mapping of all the places are Nkokoni Biako.
Okay.
Now, you know,
on the issue of the Eric Opoku's issue.
Yes.
Come on now. Sir, uko cheke the Chronicler. He made a statement, and the statement was. Eric Opoku consistently promised cocoa farmers a producer price of 6,000 cedis per bag on various campaign platforms. And of course, it did also indicate, Okokanwo, that dear soba, that dear swaba, a half region. Original platforms on
consistently.
Yeah.
He's saying Obama almost 6,000.
Obama almost 6,000.
At what time?
SOMPA FM.
Now at the time you were supposed to be giving them 6,000 and you were not. Into a culture was a Greek minister at the time and Obama almost 6,000. That's the whole argument.
Okay, so listen to this one too. However, after the NDC won the 2024 election and took office, critics have accused Ato Forsen and Opoku of deceiving farmers with these promises, noting that the actual prices offered had fallen far short of the 6,000 to 7,000 cedis per bag.
The reportage is voodoo reporting.
Oh.
I just told you how we arrive at the cocoa price.
Voodoo.
It is voodoo reporting. I have just told you how we arrive at cocoa price.
All right.
At the time, they should have given them 6,000 at the time because the rate to the dollar is important. It's an important factor in determining the price. And today, what is the rate? So it is better to use percentages than to use, the fixed or nominal figures. That is the whole argument everybody's making over here.
Okay.
So, tomorrow there's going to be a lot of clarity on the issue of the Nkokonkitingiti. The launch will give a breakdown. The way I shall say Nankasano is more like a pilot because new Bia Nenya. It been crack or some register, but they didn't get. Why? Because it's just the first phase.
Pilot in a way.
Oh, there was an initial, just small, as the
pilot, pilot.
Oh, yeah, they have. Oh, wait. I'll get
so you can say, pilot.
I can even mention one, please. Wager.
I'll
pull all in the information for you.
And I'm saying that put the information for
yes. So I'm telling you that Yasha said
pull information.
Tomorrow. And when the lunch comes,
pull information.
It's going to give clarity.
No. Pull information.
I'm saying there is a gap in information.
Yeah.
Betina has a CAE. The president Betina has a CAE.
Yeah.
He was requesting for a quota for local producers. It is the other way around. You request for a quota on the importation. Okay. Not the local production. That's what I'm saying. There is a gap in information.
Information about
more open information. I want to clear something quickly on what he said. What piloting is? Piloting is say ye pese ya ade wo Ghana nyina but area 276 constituencies ye di emu 20 ye di emu 30 ye di emu 40 na e sha ase na ye hwe adesua na ye benya from experiences na fe ye di aba all of the country. The fact that ye mo be 20 ye mo be 50 doesn't mean it is piloting. That in and of itself is not piloting. We pilot based on the general population, not the substance that you are giving. Enti mame nuanti ase na omomutie se ye kase government ye policy bi na all pilot here pacho the etiane say onye ni nyina say Ghana nyina at the same time
but obey no baby fa ko
kakra bi
e dia one region bi
say ye health insurance
sure
ye be one region na dia three regions na ye the omo aye ti say study na ye more policy implementation ni akade ni nyina enti addition ye be nya free mu no ye wi na ye dia ba all the 16 regions and only piloting no. But if you are starting a nationwide implementation, that is not piloting. That is what I want to say.
All right, Benjamin Asari, no, it's okay. No, what police information? No. It's a one police information. I want that information. No, it's okay. Pull the information for me. But Benjamin Asare, and now who they cause Ghana Mrashe
before then.
But my bisa, over to me, bisawa. Na where you person all the time to be you are no now the year no about the substantive issue. And now they cause Ghana Mrashe game. A year Edom Kumana say, one more day, they will not be part of the vetting of a year the acting Chief Justice, Justice Paul Bafo Bonnet. And they even say it's a travesty of justice. Going forward, say they are not part of this. Argentina, a year Mwamanyo Kuno, being represented in Parliament and being led by Honorable Alexander Afenyo-Markins. And who share the conduct of Afenyo-Markins? Were you satisfied as a Ghanaian?
How many minutes?
5 minutes.
So 5 for this.
Okay, my memo 6 minutes.
Before then, Minya.
Yeah.
Na enye no kre. Na me video bi wa ha ka me de send o.
Na de no one send it.
Mpacho ubeti kra je abo.
Debi, and the fabra mebo.
Video me mamen kamase. Hey mamen wo be best ala de asem me time ni nyina. I said oya. Olali no asem me time ni nyina.
I have your information.
Me pacho. Ato force answer ankasa. Ejina campaign platform so. E ka kire akuafo se e wo Western region. Se Nanado Danko Akufuado ni tirimu odin. Wo ye nipa bonini. Na by now no ye campaign platform or kasa wo campaign platform no o say. Na esese Nanado Danko Akufuado akuafo no na otokoko no 6,000 Ghana cedis. Na Nanado kra ye kase wo de akuafo ne ka 3,000 Ghana cedis. Enti akuafo no omo nkwaje wo musika wo Nanado na ono sa omo to abanema yewura John Dramani ni NDC ya omo ba koko no omo ntono less than 6,000 Ghana cedis. Koko ka kire akuafo no say na wo kasa no ne ye based on dollar. Kuyani no no wote fanchene bla no wo ka kire ne say 6,000 na aka sa wo beto ni koko ne per bag no enne ka kire ne say wo ba ye dollar na ba fam dollar na wo esoro na wo say amamuo ni nya na ye mu ni ye no enne wo de dollar na aba fam no ye yastic say because of dollar ni ntino untimi ntu akuyani ni 6,000 enti enne Ghana kuyafo ye say dollar ba fam enti 6,000 na ye wura John Dramani Mahama ni NDC promise mu say omo de be mamo no ya de a dollar enti omo ntua enti enne dollar enti 6,000 oh prof oh prof
make up shout. But when you
it's no mini Olali ni NDC 4% tray say omo ka say eye 2024 and anaki ye betua 6,000 Ghana cedis no e dey ama akuafo no na ne ye wo 2025 ye ba 2025 no dollar no move from eswate from 14 no e dey aba 10. It is say because of dollar need no omo ntimi ntu akuafo no 6,000. It is say
na say unim say calculation of money and so
ni bie ni wa onim wo gina platform no so no na wo promise wo 6,000 no wo ko ka dollars mo and na de akuafo no sebe wo mo agimi enti ene wo person wo kire wo say asem na wo ka at that time no na ye based on dollar rate but Satam no so one can't almost say dollar rate no na kebe me atua 6,000 Ghana cedis na mo one fa dollar kura abra wo kan wasem and let the unya tumi no wo person o kire kuafo no say 6,000 na America no na at that time no dollar na sem na America na America say dollar na ba fam ti mema mo 3,200 and something oba ombo nso mo atukoko no twice first one omo the 100 plus Ghana cedi na toso and the second one so the 200 plus and the toso enti ene koko no ye 3,300 and something Ghana cedi
debi bro
I am more than that. I thought the second one was 200 cedis plus.
No, I'm saying bro, and I'm
124. Second one 124 and the second one near 200.
Yeah, because I'm
so it's 3,300 and something. Enti ene
no 3,600.
Sure, 3,600.
The second one is 300 cedis.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
okay,
that's fine.
Enti say no you to koko no 3,600 plus. abra wo ka kire akuafo no say obemu omu 6,000
wabo wa chedodo me pacho yenko so
me da say enra I felt so sad as a Ghanaian
sir
ewo ene e call so
now right
kra na o man ya team say yenye save debi say you John Dramani Mahama ni NDC for the chief justice aba enti ene you bafo boni aye ka say NDC ni mapa ne de na be chief justice
then NDC
based on John Dramani Mahama sem any NDC for asem wo mo ka kire say the mere fact say who appointed chief justice na kire so ye MPP ni ana say wo ye amanyokuo no wo appointed no na kire so wo ye MPP ni nti na wo appointed no say ni wo mo attribute to get toko no say because of Nana appointed no nti no ye MPP ni anunti no omu gina so ka se so omu ba eyade a Gertrude Toko no omu be yina firi omu time ne nya adwuma yewura John Dramani Mahama say oba be reset judiciary but not with this current chief justice and at that time no the current chief justice no na yewura Gertrude Toko no ya mame
but you know say that position no is devoid of politics. We don't have to politics with it.
Politics
we don't have to politic with it. And it is not on record.
What can Sassam to me? What can Sassam no? To me to the extent say Chief Justice ruling on the buyer no the chairperson of the committee no mobile no mobile catch them say sa verdict na course no ntino mutu omu di say omu ye unanimous FC o catch them say my yenya politics was asking na yenya dey yemon pa ya na yenya sorry wo ho politics now omo ye no omo di nya to me no say ye ma me Gertrude Toko no ye MPP ni flat to the state say Sami Jamfi etra UTV say woko MPP meetings na omo wo videos omo tete ma me na woko MPP meetings cabinet crash ya okobi enne mo aba be yi ma me na firi ho e na mo di yegura bafo boni NDC ni mapa be ni chief justice enti enne Chief Justice not to honor. Why NDC ni complete?
All right, Mami Nas.
Oh, Debbie, I come in 1 minute. So, Mami 6.
I can't 1 minute.
Oh, senior. Now we are crossing so the Kakratus.
Debbie, 1 minute.
And now, what point? And I had the yapa.
You I saw me that sin.
Oh, Debbie, Prof. When you say that, just Olali as of local, and what did Debbie the battle? 1 minute now, Casa can maybe one. On the more serious note, Sheyura Abra minority no free was say ye nye biemu no.
Yeah.
Hwasemwa bafuboni Chief Justice kokan.
Den okan.
Arehosem
be no.
Say emra ye de ye adwuma wo mamu ha no. Judges no dodo na emfa nye adwuma.
Oh, asem be no kan.
Say ono ruling bi be to nanim na ye atayi ruling. Na atayi na so o man 30 years. But on no discretion and your law, not based on law. But
listen. It's the law is in the bosom of the judge.
Judge na law no one in some no. Anyone no making the statement to say necessary or matter you 30 years. But because of Osu say I tell you 30 years in you are or baba no so. It's 1 man 70 years. I tell you, Baba, no. What can I say? The law is in bosom of the judge. Now, can you ruling? No, but
the sentence in the bar and it's all budget. So
one sentence by
I tell you,
Sucracy man is 70 years. I don't see a man will be 70 years. Now say 70 years now the man on. Not just a whole personal interest. Chief Justice personal interest in one man will be 70. Now 70 years now. Not Osro say 70 years now the man on. Or no kwa ne menu.
May I say, SOMPA 106.5 FM, exactly 8 minutes more to 5. Maminka and Charles, Maminka say, just toothpaste, ya toothbrush, which is just German. So now, me passion, oh, mama, no fun. Me passion, ya toothpaste, ya toothbrush, I will German. So what did you choose? See, a mouse in a fita. Or let me guess, waha. Open you now saying, a fita. If so, be you so ya toothpaste, ya toothbrush. Me passion, Emma, a kum and cropa, that yourself be at atoa. Now when you supermarket be idea will be bi. Na num kan wo you so brand no ase a ya toothpaste, ya toothbrush. Kai say I won crying here over to my friend 050-1619588. Kumasi 050-1390-338. Now all I mean on this attire issue. Why?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, their course.
You know, time in your so I'll just go straight to the point.
Okay.
But Obisa proof for a Rikopoko in America, you know. Pilot.
Fast send me.
Oh, I didn't. Me fast send was this.
Debbie fast send me. You can't. Debbie.
No problem.
Mummy ruminjimuni. Because a great you grab book. Now, I don't know. Debbie.
So no problem is here. City FM online. I mean, it's there. It happened in June, Northern Region.
Yeah,
I've given you the date. And yes, it did happen.
Then see.
I can read it for you. No problem. But it's
part of your time.
Okay, so the government is set to launch the pilot phase of its flagship poultry initiative next month in the Northern Region. This is about June, July.
Yeah.
The project aims to reduce Ghana's blah 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 and all that. I mean, so basically that's it. There was a pilot in the Northern Region.
All right,
so let me go straight to the point.
Sure.
As for any day, you have corrected it already. A Rikopoku thing there, I mean, it's out of the way. I mean, listeners are listening to judge.
Okay.
To Parliament. And what happened? So I don't even want to go to the tangent that Apenyo Marking was.
Yeah.
Making a very good nuisance of himself as usual.
He was making what?
Very good nuisance of himself.
Okay. Nuisance.
He disrupted the whole program for 1 whole hour. Meanwhile, I'm ready my own kind as ranking to make any preliminary statement or anything. It was at the discretion of the chairman. So there can be they sent a substantive motion to Parliament, and a ruling was done on it by Speaker Buguye. And I could pick one for so say Apenyo Marking I drink here. And all the affair wine. And he was trying to reintroduce it in Parliament at the committee sitting through his preliminary statement or whatever it is. And rightly so, the majority leader stopped him. Back and forth. But I know I'm too much. Now let's come to the substantive matter. We had a CJ who was in office. And about 3 different groups, including some individuals, brought petitions against her. Say, "Mami, our office no. Say no aye. Near her and said that ne emra wo ho ne anan hihye a ewo ho no. Enye den, en said dem ko yisa."
Yeah.
Enti yera wo na mra ne say 146. Yemfa mrewo. Ya de ma hu so de be ma, saying. Council of State.
Yeah.
Then do establish a prima facie case.
I know they are from your friend. We've gone through it.
And committee man opportunity lawyers everything they went
all
for
those,
the committee.
All those.
There were 3 different challenges in court. Court bugu or the court saying ECOWAS court. Also then now this is where I'm coming from, Pacho.
Oh, Debbie, but
so listen to my next point.
Okay, that's fine.
Now, and Tom Kopim Dabain, and the Mamina will be satisfied with what has happened to her. Let's ask ourselves this very sensible question. So mining chain, we should continue having an acting chief justice so that she will go about gallivanting with her legal gymnastics. And Tom Kopim Dabain, ECOWAS ruling Nibanas and Koya Mana. Would she go to another forum? Then we keep waiting for her. Do we have time to waste in this country? I don't mind. Are we not a serious nation? Someone is pursuing her own legal litigations. Say ye dia semeti anko yamano. Inti or copy redress and all that. Mutiana mo pesa mutira and say or mining chain. Send a kuma beto ni yemo, send Tony Yemo, yan chang and tonko pim timer, or no na kuma bedo, and I the original Nzabeka before we appoint another CJ. Such a ridiculous, argument, and people want us to follow this kind of thing.
You call that? Wait.
And Amika said, how do you know?
Please.
The ruling from the ECOWAS court bar, Nasanko Yamana, on Fanko court to Bumana. May she not go to the Hague? Into Oko Hague na sanko ye yibi mu no. Ye de yentina han ye ntwen. Cause oman mu haje ni hye. Let's not appoint a substantive, chief justice. Let's be waiting for talk or not to be satisfied. Oman be come away. Where? In what civilized nation will you have this argument? Where? About the Atayi issue, there's a difference between conviction and ruling. Atayi was convicted of charges brought against him in open court, to which he even admitted of some. Oje to say why bonne. Charges say dey aboiti ani na no. Oje to say why say bonne no. Na emremu no, once you are convicted, rulings come within range. You bet me I can say in this case no, we bet me I could dem 10 to 20 years. Say obeko 15 years no, judge not na asem no so na be kire. So you say who say charges when they what are you? What was the total number of years you were supposed to serve in court? But are people not serving life in prison?
Nyabotre. No, what bisasa?
Are people not serving life in prison? What were the charges that were brought against
Yes, also Nyabotre na tie me kakra. And in Ra, the acting chief justice of the Republic of Ghana. Paul Bafo Boni. And in Ra asem we no. So one kakra one can.
It is because it is part of jurisprudence.
Because
it is part of jurisprudence.
No, because that is
why?
No, I said
I'm telling you, he's not the first to have done it.
No,
he will not be the last.
No, me who say a good year be now person yedi.
I can pull out for you right now.
He was a joke.
I can pull out for you right now. Sentencing in several other jurisdictions that were meant to deter the return of certain people back to society.
No, deterring somebody's return back to society, no, to his life.
Are people not to wait?
Not to end. There's so is that supposed to mean no, Debut? Is that supposed to mean
that statement was made? You may take it personally, but it was generic. Look at the crimes that Atayi committed.
Should we say a comic relief?
It was a serious matter he was saying. At the point, who was Atayi in this country? At the point Atayi was arrested.
Who
was Atayi at the time?
The comic aspect I am saying is that relating it to him. Odwankasa as in person.
Yes, say Oba.
Yes, no. What do you mean?
About me, yes. What crimes was Atayi charged and convicted of?
I'm robbery.
And what?
And murder.
So you expect a murder to come back out of prison?
No, nobody has a problem with that. No, David, nobody has a problem with that.
So what are you saying?
No, we don't have a problem.
So what's the complaint again?
No, the complaint is with the fact that using who as a reference point in this sentencing.
And I'm saying that it is, you may take it personal, but it is a more generic thing you were saying. Because it meant that the lives of Ghanaians, including he himself, can he not be subjected to what other people endured under Atayi's hands?
All right. So thank you so much. Marvin Charles said time herbal mixture. That's what German. So we don't to a untimin didi. Would you body pains and I when ya me part of modern copy time herbal mixture, malaria fever, any of the fevers. Say you join this, say you typhoid, me part of time herbal mixture will do the magic for you. But modern enough when it's a drugstore pharmacy shop here, na copy time herbal mixture. I've told you I have a prophylaxis. Go look for it. 02444-17669.
Prof, who say the decade my fan starting free go kitten na minua.
Me pato Debbie.
No. From me, put them in 5 minutes.
Okay, that's
how. Mr. Issue, what kind of first time I discuss issue and I know about justice to Kudu. Me can't just say me I have no interest.
My main focus na me kombra na.
Prof, and then the amount you okay. Wada Roma. Okwa, nyas okwa oma. Okwa.
Me pato because
who say Minia Holali share me a news item purported about the piloting.
Piloting.
Now, this was reported in June. And our minister Neka said the next month, which is July, omo piloting. We have no record to show say omo piloting and as man. Hold on. Article now put in June. I just wanted to bring it. I saw the news, so I'm like, there were intentions to make the pilot.
So are there records?
So are there records? And the person who say, who say omo piloting between July, August, September, October, November. No, I could see saying.
Okay. What's the way for you,
Prof?
Yeah.
Whatever went on in Parliament, my man can in plain terms.
Okay.
And family.
William
Dintia.
I didn't try.
Who's I say or sophobia or any 80 fee? Now the yini muno or Casana horror of near identity say Melko do near to suffer me preacher. Who best work to efficient so baby or say ma Momma was a mamukunum. What bow no sign. I will buy Burumudia, but or suffer the yen idea.
Okay.
This whole issue about Justice Tokonu and I will say no. Here what your constitution natural, but the process now for the year, my dear. Let's not mince words. Say, oh, yeah, see about constitution over. Both MPP NDC omo the year omo dear.
Me that say, me call me for callers. Me patcho. Callers.
Prof. Me man my job to say me 5 minutes.
Oh, promise. I'm promising you. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Paul St. John's.
Paul St. John's. Madam, I'm trying to you.
The name man. Dada. I can't make any say. Ghana, you will have to see it. Dollar no kosoro. Kosoro. Can you might be President Mahama? They say, woman, you have to deal. But a new man will be a curriculum. A kosoro. Young people. Men are young. And you might give a Mahama. Because maybe Gina first can say, Mahama will never like you go one man will do no and I was saying back.
That's a say, me batch my mean so say the only mama amamuana.
Yes, they say no. Me me can me buy we as a man go school, but the man who near dollar ne petrol and the pedal your mind because them cost on any my bata or buy what by years at the end. Ama obi is say second was second war. But 1 year at the end and I cost because you might no. Yes, and people, so I'm a lose for all. The animal go up. On say, Cassa, the say, why you say, Mr. Papa, President Mahama, $1 on the petrol. Now, will be again, and you will obey the year and the
I did know what I said, MPP for Omudi Munyamo.
$1 Nukuta.
A good master, Benjamin Sarawat. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Me patcho wana me ne kase. Oh. Wait we jina ma no so sa. Oh. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Java Akupe.
Me patcho wana me ne kase.
Me patcho bright me am because of Fiabus.
Bright because of Fiabus so kan wada man patcho eti why.
Na you media nyame in front of papa. Minchia honorable courage McAfee no net for our TDC. Ano ejuma super or TDC on papa. Na minchia honorable lawyer Ezuma or port director. Onem yanya ban papa o. Anka ye tie mo anka me sure say Ghana ni bia anka comedy ye kura ma ye firi. Enye Senator John Dramani Mahama na abeji free sa nkwasum na ye wo mu na anka omanga na ye meti se MPP ni bi kura e kasa na ye media because mu ba be mu no mu be $5 for cedi mu be ko opposition no the dollar e ko 17 cedi mu ba be mu no na petrol na 1 gallon e ye for 40 cedis mu free abe mu no na 1 liter 17 cities. And the MPP for Enka Manuntum. Now, Excellency John Dramani Mahama. And I'm to say, Papa, or Muye, ye did 60 minutes, and you go on my way, and you 150 minutes, and they be go on my no. And so, mine air couldn't him. And I'm in Oka say, dollar 10 city, 50%. And I'm in Oka say, petrol 1 liter 10 cities. If finance minister about to 40, I bolu mo de papa ene budget a okoko ready amaye won say okoro ejiji o hwe nyoma e koso e wo market no mo eno na kire say your finance minister papa Ghana for ono abo 240 eno no onko bobusia FM KK party any watch party
Maminda was bright so bad you so hello good evening. Hello good evening. Hello good evening.
Yes sir. Bajo me ka fa
Kumasi Asantimemo. Okay, me patrol it you.
Yes, sir. Edika, mini amamen no ase wa. Now we get a quick, a very quick one about you, Mr. Prof. Zumana would you know need and currently no matter culture say you are all over Ghana. People are listening to you from every corner of this country.
Thank you so much.
I do call it near timer. Contributors and just regulators. Your backward regulators. 1 minute.
I think the Okano will be 18. Now I was saying in I from Abane the age. Mamma, that's it. But I'm going to ask them so.
I watch NPP or NDC. The banner by ye crop for. Let's say, Ghana, maybe I will say to about on the 7th of December. Maybe winner, maybe government here. Asha government, a new government in a. It's a political propaganda. No way you say no way can say no way. We should be projected. Yan swaba. Yan some kind no. You come what the government of the day, be it whatever, whether you are in the opposition or you are in the ruling party. Please let's be constructive and productive in Ghana. Somebody or man do the galamsey but you will still get people depending and others also
hello good evening.
Good evening, Prof. Prof, original form me dey we here me SOMPA
Techima boko there.
Well, now go for the Techima boko asunje nko.
Me patron na etie we.
Your Prof me da zo ma kwanya. The chair obejafo ni nyina. Obviously the chair you are like Martin UP class. When power down I hope we shall not penny boy. Prof my men come asem this. Ayana ya me ya testabi. After Ghana, I didn't make cast and papa and for you. And also no be as a young queen for Kumatin Omchesa. You are under my say, I'm not your mamma by or corn on chain. I can't mean Susie news also. Oh, that's a bed war, dinner, Yanessa. You are mamma so generous also. But MPP for choir prophobia, the bills so money that Mother Fabio. Someone can move out more fuck me and about Nana and Gabatin as well as I'm Ghana. The moment break, you're going to go Burkina. Kaya 2. Adi Ghana mamo. You can't come to Ghana first one. Doya for the 3 years. Shababia na Ghana fitna musiki. Eya woman ya sana manema bin ya answer vakaso.
Made us say.
Na woman idea ya woman maba woman ni fana baso. You are like 2028 to oba Ghana be yese.
Made us say pass by. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Prof.
Me patron wana me ne ka say.
Wa wo dey se konkora kafia phobia am kasa African tamanto.
Akafia me patron etie why.
Yo dey ka ma me mo abaso. Na me fa kwanya kesi encha incoming flag bearer MPP Dr. Brand Echampong. Na me fa akwanya zonchia ona bombo ati eja kon. Papa we so wo hwe ni nimu de na homa na ho papa ene kasa ene niye bibia chaza papa we obeye MPP chama ya
best remo se mo ba nipa na mo chia mo tumi ye listing tin Ubeka say we na be 4 minutes, 5 minutes.
If you are also the Kasa Shabio. And the block way, Ramija and Sapia Mohammed, and then Yasikodi up in bomb. What's your name? And this, you know, now, MPP Nini can be said. And Topoku, I can say, Kokoro. So, I'm the woman, I'm a Kama, and come on the back call 60 and 70. No one say, and Yano Crack. Now, Prof, now, audio, we know you now. Yanko. NDC, NDC, me now before we play NDC. Now, NDC, for the be, Makacho play. Say, NDC a party. Ukoma. That's the way Yamisumunia. What I have in Wunkobi.
Midase paso by Jumedian. So, hello, good evening.
Good evening, Aboti.
Bebachawana Menekasi.
Isaac Sumpakaswa.
Isaac Sumpakaswa. What am I patriotic?
Aboti. What did you say, Ghana? Yare.
Ah, what's it Ghana? Yare.
Yare.
Yare Benny, Yare.
Oh, Yare, any dear baby.
Ebini saying.
And the Obia bar complain. No solution. Complain. Both the right. Obia bar complain. In a way, you say, in another community. No solution for the country. And in the higher, they see Benin, Africa, rose, any neatness. Omu kind of Africa. Africa is also me, you know. Kohoko Burkina Kokohe, the Omuye. Near Siana compared to a way, in a way, 8 years, in a way, 4 years. So bring the solution. In the Galamsey, Ghana, they see amateurism, Kurako form. Solve the problem and stop complaining. And hiding. I feel in the piano. I said, young quiet say, if be a Binankupuami, you do Ghana. Still, you won't hear me about Busia.
All right, Mammy, now I see. Sir, obey you. Hello, good evening.
Margaret.
Mejoso, Pachawana, Menekasi. Mapomi. But don't need the catch of family, so to my equiapin. But also for him. Opposite my equiapin. Oh, equiapim. Oh, me bajo. Oui. If I tell you, it's you. Oh, Mammy, and Yanko, 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 I got a mom to me. I know for Ophelia John. Money in a hammer. Just me. And this have Mia. So we get to make them a move to Turkey. Among the in my summer, and we are not probably of the program. You come and here. Yet you may you. And for the new measure, you buy no dollar. They are. What was you to Sompa FM. Million queen, some of them came near dollar. And he had got 2 Brody and a single figure. But the single, every professor, maybe next month, next year, no, let them have a senior. And you say, minority, full market, minority, the more parliament to me, what will be people for bad here. Maybe swing, who will never successful. Who will you can go see, send your muchi, who you get to a parliament. What the whoopper? Who there parliament in the next 10 years? Some of them really NPC at the for men, some of them are commission. Yet you get here, Musse. I don't know of course, Mamini Yako, court. Until we decide to put it, and maybe a movie, he divide, then a put it into obedient court. Our court, you put it on the NPC to get a queen to get a team, our court. And if you weak, you leave him. Nothing. People who play the boat that is or no bar. One the book here. Yenesi for Mammy. MPP for
So who in the middle foot the more party the India I you can ship Yes, the base.
Mammy now say, pass by. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Me pacho wana me nene kase.
Prophet is you.
Me pacho me hoye na pacho wani.
We are free from every cantamanto.
Hey, every fan there voice in here de pa.
Manya could be at the way.
Yo, every fan my NTA way.
Seja NDC was it Mahama Mediana from Jude Manya could do it. Here me papa no say the ania ba bomb say e mo aba from anwa aba bomb. Ah. Na get you was it the dollar ba from. And the dollar ba from the go no ake so ana. Koko ni bread no don the time no. Dollar ba from no ake so. Dollar ba from dollar ba from. Dollar ba from so kromo ye ding. Wo fa de ba ye to. Wo fa de ye to scan you krum. Also the assembly. She can yes as a back from a map what in no I had dollars just a million video free. I think I'm going to say,
yeah,
I'm a man, chairman. What check out? But opening like in a papa on never for chairmanship on OSCP. You are ready for the 3 and this is the move. I said, my better parliament in I can know. I think you're marking when you're from school. What's just a more port? If say yes, papa no, and be a woman pay no. But always have some more fault. And you get caught, and yes, no, and you go more power. Say the same, go on in your Kusamu. Almost support no customer anymore, we are then through. Because I may say the baby say, and yet your mamma, all the family number. But said you ran it down or mine, no run it down. Son is a sort of factor. And you should be a will be by our here and also come back to the whole Yaminian and sign a war marking bomb when you get some more quotes. And when you want to be transfer, then I will handle just a more quote. Now, Casano Casa, you run around, what it we found.
Mammy now say, so bad you ready so. Obiatro Eddie Abetu, a TikTok say. When NPP was in power, you always hear Nanado Baumia, but now you only hear John Mahama. Where is the vice? Okay, hello, good evening.
Master.
Now, me bacho dini baby akasa free.
Me bacho me do the hours me first so get my family debu and the only little person and this who cannot read and write.
Yeah. Debu.
Yes, master.
Who say you cannot read and write?
That's it.
Debu, Yahuza, my NTA.
Mina senya misha pa no ejuma pa odi na minya COVID se jubilee house also mo wanyan obiete so pana na se tiro a ogoshe kuteje chairman ayeye Davida mina ni block kan no that mo mean by we can ekose so we abandon the year twimu ya edu bebina Gani kwa fona omasemo aye mobo we do be na gani kwa fa se kontufi ni konda also aboni be ye de omato na sene na akade se gani kwa futi mi yusu sana be mi no mi na do ba be be ko no ni ni di ebe se green na tinia ye nye bi fa ye kotoko se bi do yufu se o to ye roju juma ndo waji bindu we da bi bi su ko se o be fa ko yi o juma plenty you see cha gandi na no what Gani kwa football or to say Ruko this about them Ruko agreed minister Popobi and then go so chairman the Kwasi and the Ghana said the princess go to the would be about you now Burkina Faso so talk about this 1 year no not Ghana need to be see a Burkina Faso so cover into Saba okay and the MPP na the cover the minister I probably pay you what was this call me kwanyani deal or Sano
Yahuza, Maminda was say. Yahuza, Maminda was say. Maminda say. Yahuza. Me fa last caller. Hello, good evening.
Evening, Minia Bema.
Me pacho wana mene kasi.
Sarfo Mame Dome.
Sarfo Mame Dome. Wada man pacho eti.
Ano pe mi fa French moving from Koma. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Na menchia onabu me bisa wa kumsen. Case Lloyd me chia. Yes, and from Ponko, the General Secretary of Parliament, when every they make an say, send me a heavy politics of a town. A prof, I just say, Major Woman, you. I better say, the catch a million men for the moment I am struggling and saying your policy. Nenkom na baba be boy yankasa. Inwe timinya NDC communication director. Eku jina galante site shape pajamas. Ego ka se Openji Mahama Betina Kunya no so a obe make sure say obe tu galamse na ampa so mu gusu ye. Omo regional national executive nara egusu etu galamse no. Nti ebe so da na ekrensi ba me minister me ko krensi o. Ejana no ko dia wa hefa na ye na ye pie. Nti emfani fo no omo nye stadium na no mo na asolisa monta. Mo ma ho kwan ansa na omo tia ye bidi wo so. Yestra mo munye asa senso man.
Bedase. Sabre maminka o se Medima for Herbal Center. Dr. Time Daso. Abusia ukọ ne nchen a ayaresa de obenya no one time quick. Na nsen ase me hododo me kakra be bofa haroja be so solid. Dr. Time Daso Medima for Herbal Center. Sample aye anwuye o stroke na wenya. Ana osisi na ye o ya honam nyina na ye o ya asichire ya de dwunso yi ya na wo so. Anampo no uyo obi a wakoma no ebo pare. Bomodin para for ni chire Medima for Herbal Center. Dr. Time Daso yare kwankro bia uyadie say typhoid, say malaria fever. Dr. Time Daso Medima for Herbal Center. Obet me friend was 044774282 0500 727215. Like I said, ube hunu and crying. Ewo pokwase bayira kumase agogo. Bia the grammar school ne din hwe anymore. Dr. Time Daso say the Lord is our ultimate healer. Yes, sorry so na yakọ wase me twato.
Prof, name de me master man Kensi no. Na me pese me chese. O hwe de enu course for parliament no. Na mfom you no agro. There's nothing too serious about it. Was any emotional about it. And me fight for the point. O hwe the time na minority.
Baby, anya fe na obechi. We are wrapping up.
Omo